Hi, welcome back again. So as I said last session, that we're going to come and do what's known as a BOLT score. So BOLT means blood oxygen level test. It's a marker or a window into our nervous system as well as into our lungs and our breath capacity. So when our tolerance to carbon dioxide improves, we're going to notice some changes in our health, in our energy, for many of us in our sleep, as well as perhaps improvements in our breathing. You are bringing back balance one breath at a time. So what we want to do is we need a timer. And so for many of us, our phone will be our timer. So what I suggest is that you watch this and then use your phone to come to do the test. I'll just pop my glasses off. So there's a few key things about taking our BOLT score, that when we are taking our BOLT score, we're going to breathe in through the nose, out through the nose, hold our breath, out, so we have empty-ish lungs, and we're going to set our timer, and then as soon as we feel like we want to breathe in, we're going to stop the timer, and that is going to be our score, our BOLT score. What I want to show you is what it should look like, and then I'm also going to show you what it shouldn't look like. Okay, so when we take a BOLT score, the best thing, and I recommend, and it's recommended, is that we hold the nose. That way we don't sneak a little bit of breath in, so we get a really honest, accurate reading of what our BOLT score is. So what it's going to look like, again, we would want a nice posture. We're going to breathe in through the nose, out through the nose, hold the nose, push your timer, stop the timer as soon as you start to feel like you might like a breath. And I'm going to show you what, again, as I said, what that should and shouldn't look like. So just say that I stopped it at 10 seconds. That's my BOLT score. It's not recommended that you repeat it. It's not a competition. It's not something that you're trying to beat your own score just by holding your breath. We want to improve our BOLT score by improving our breathing. So the things that I want you to really look for is that when we breathe in and out, the first sign that you're going to breathe back in through your nose could be that you pull your navel back, or you get a little bit of a grip in the throat, or you start to get this feeling like, oh, I really want to breathe. Then you should breathe back in through the nose. It should be a natural breath in. So it should look like in the nose, out the nose, hold the nose, set your timer. The breath back in should look like this. What I often see is this. That is not your BOLT score, okay? So please, in the nose, out the nose, hold your breath out. Tiny, tiny little indications that you might need a breath are going to be little gripping of the throat, little kind of pulling back of the navel or a tensing of the shoulders, then release, stop your timer, okay? For a lot of people, and not everybody, maybe 10 to 15 is quite common, and that really does indicate there's room for improvement. 0 to 10 is suggesting there is a lot of dysfunction in the breathing and that you're really going to benefit from these techniques. From 10 to 20 is great, but we've got room for improvement. We're really looking at aiming to be functional about 25. When you're getting into say 30 to 40, it's really showing that you have a great tolerance to carbon dioxide and that you're probably functionally breathing and breathing quite well. Once you're up over into the 40s, then I think it's James Nestor termed the name a pulmonaut. Your breathing is really doing very, very well. What I'd like for you to try and do is do your BOLT score, no judgment about what that is, and then practice nasal breathing, practice some of the techniques that we've been doing in the last sessions, and then come back and take another bolt score and see how that goes. What you can notice that when your bolt score improves, as I said, your energy levels are going to improve, your sleep is going to improve, your breathing function is going to improve, and in general, your health will feel better. Okay, so let's just show you one more time. It's a breath in through the nose, out through the nose, hold the nose, breathe back in through the nose and stop your timer. So the timer starts at the end of your exhale when you pinch your nose, and it stops when you take your hands away and you breathe back in through your nose. So athletes would use this to really check on their carbon dioxide tolerance. That's going to help them with recovery, and that means that the carbon dioxide is releasing that oxygen, so the oxygen can get into their muscles, into their organs, and it's going to speed up your recovery. For the average person, we just know that when we are improving our bolt score, we are getting better breath function, we are getting improved energy, reducing anxiety as well. And that's a key thing too. While you're holding your nose, please, 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 if you start to feel anxious, let it go. Someone who's suffering from post-traumatic stress or has high levels of anxiety, holding their nose could trigger an anxiety attack or a panic attack. So I want you to be really careful here. So if you're only able to hold for 2, and if holding your nose doesn't feel right, then it's just suggesting that you've got plenty of work to do, and we're giving you the tools to be able to make those changes. Okay, so go and practice your bolt score, take a note, practice nasal breathing, some of the things that we've done previously, some of the things we're going to be doing over the next few weeks, and then take it again in a few weeks and notice the changes. Please, any questions you have, because this one, it seems straightforward, but often it's one that people get a little bit confused by. So please message me. Welcome to private message me if you don't want to put it in the group. Share, subscribe, like, but let's get out there and get better breathing happening. Namaste.